Okay, hey, sorry about that. Oh, I have to sneeze. Sorry about that, y'all. Excuse me. Blessings. I had called someone as soon as I woke up, and I didn't expect for them to call back so quickly. But anyway, welcome everyone. Welcome to Anonnie's Temple. Welcome to the Temple of the High Priestess for the prophecy reading. You can call me Anonnie. I am a tarot reader, a channeler, and intuitive for divine source, Christ consciousness, and ascended master. And I'm here to deliver the prophecy reading for you all. I hope you are well on this day. And even if you're not doing well, I understand that experience too. This is not a space where I want feeling good or feeling light or feeling spiritual to be performative. In fact, the authentic spiritual experience is the highs and lows, the ups and downs. It's the heroic journey. So, if you're experiencing a high day or a low day, you are a hero nonetheless in your own story. I feel here the need to share that. There goes my phone again. Sorry, y'all. I wasn't expecting to be popular on this Wednesday morning. But let's see. So when I woke up today, I immediately, yeah, we have flow and blissed out. So just chill. Um, when I woke up today, I immediately got the message that you are mastering more than what meets the eye, and that you are mastering more than what meets the eye. Yeah, it's like you're becoming a master at more than what people would normally define things to be. So I feel here that maybe lately it could have felt like your spirit or your soul has been working even while you're sleeping. But I feel here when people talk about mastery, usually they are thinking about a skill or something that has to do with your career. But I feel like you're actually mastering more than what people would even be able to understand themselves. I feel like I was thinking about this the other day with, the more years that get added onto my life and all of this. I was realizing, like, over all of those years that I have been living, there are so many stories. So there's so many thoughts and feelings, emotions, experiences, and situations that I have been in that they really just accumulate over time. And I was inner strength, yeah. And I was thinking to myself, like, you know, life does get easier in some ways, yes, but in other ways, no, because what you're about to experience feels new to your memory. So I feel that realistically, the true authentic path to honoring yourself and to honoring your spirit and your soul is to be able to continue to conjure that inner strength, to continue forward alive despite living, despite whatever it is that is happening surrounding you, or maybe whatever it is that you are feeling within you. Like there's a particular level of inner strength that it takes to make it to 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years old. That's resilience. I feel here like it's not just that you're mastering a skill, maybe you're learning how to cook a specific dish, or you're learning how to, maybe you're learning how to create a certain medium of art or create with a certain medium of art. But I feel here like you're mastering a lot more than that when you take an eagle eye view of what it means to continue to be living. Inner strength. It takes a lot. And I don't know if somebody needed to hear that today, but I want to affirm that to someone today. It's life isn't always easy. It takes a lot to continue. Okay? And I feel like there's something here about that's not pessimistic. I feel here it's like you should be proud of yourself for how far you've come and for how far you're going to continue to go. It's like, oh, look, they're saying again, you did the right thing, just rest. Okay? I feel here like there's something here about, like when perhaps like we are on the other side, or like this incarnation ends up coming to an end and we continue forward as an energy source, as a consciousness. Yes, we're going to remember the skills that we have learned, but what we will truly remember is how we decided to live. And I feel like I want to say here that whoever you are, you have the right to live. I had that thought when I woke up today too, because I was thinking about, give me a second here. I was thinking about in my daily life how much I give to others, how much, how alive I feel when I'm like in service to other people. And lately I've been having this thought of, what about when I thank myself? What about when I include myself and my needs and my wants? And I woke up today thinking, like, what can I do today? What can I create? How can I, what else do I need to do to finish this project? Like all those types of things. And then this download came to me at the same time as the title of this video: Live your life for you. I feel like the world, they're telling me here, and this is just a bit of tarot and chat before we start. I feel, keep up the good work. Thank you. I feel like here it could be so easy to want to spend so much of our time and energy giving to other people, especially if you're empathic, especially if you want to be spiritual or you're interested in the spiritual enlightenment for all beings. They're showing me something very specific. I'm looking at a grocery bag that I have on my counter, and it says, always more for less. Is that how you've been living? Always giving more and expecting less? I feel here like that's a message, that's a word for somebody. Yes, you've been in service. Yes, you've been helping other people. But I feel here maybe you've actually been doing it for less than what you could be. And that for less comes from that core understanding of asking for more, of thanking yourself too along the way. I feel here what I was sharing was, when we would do a life's review, yes, we're going to look at the skills that we have learned, but we're going to look at who we were, who we are, and who we became, and who we're becoming, in the present tense here in life. What has life revealed to you about who you are so far? That's something that we are truly here to master, not necessarily just making a certain level of money or having a certain level of prestige or reaching a certain level socially or something. That's a piece of it. But keep your eye on the true prize. It's about the change. It's interesting. They're telling me how in the collective human consciousness, what we're learning now is the art of detachment. How many people do you know who are trying to say now, like, oh, they're learning the art of detachment. We're learning how to let go. They're learning how to be unbothered, so to speak. But what about the art of learning healthy attachment? Right? There's a lot being professed about what it means for us to detach in a way. But what about when it's time to get out of the spiritual warfare? And I say this many times, to come out of spiritual warfare and to learn how to healthily attach to someone, how to healthily be with someone. I suppose they're telling me it depends on whether or not you feel that attachment is the root of all suffering. But I honestly feel that the perception we carry about attachment and detachment is at the root of suffering. So let's see what else is here. Thank you, Divine. You are mastering more than what meets the eye. Some of you are mastering emotions. Some of you, they want tempted to come out. They want me to take these three. Some of you are mastering emotions. Some of you are mastering relationships that you want to have, relationships that you no longer want to have in your life. Under your gifted, we have you are held, my child. And then after and under, okay? Under, keep up the good work, we have foiled. Their plans are destroyed. So let's see what you are mastering at this time. More than what meets the eye. Sometimes source is really the only one in your highest self, of course. Your spirit team, they're the only ones who truly know what it is that you're going through, what it is that you're mastering. Let's have a sip of coffee. And I'm going to cover this so that I don't get distracted, and we're going to tap in. Thank you all for joining me at the Temple of the High Priestess. Glory be to our highest selves, to the Most High Divine. Thank you for the highest frequency of love, which you imbue within us, physically, mentally, psychologically, spiritually, soulfully, each and every day, each and every night. With each waking breath that we take, Most High Divine Creator, we are with you and you are within us. Thank you, Most High Divine. Thank you, Source One, for showing us the notions, the mathematics, the intellect, the wisdom, the knowledge of this game of life and how we can play it to our highest and greatest good, to our greatest joy, fulfillment, and happiness. Thank you. Thank you, divine ancestors. Thank you, benevolent entities and beings. And thank you to the ascended masters who show us the benevolence of what life can truly be. Thank you, Most High Divine Creator. Glory be to all whom I have mentioned, named, and for who show us love. Thank you, divine angels and archangels. Thank you to the Nephilim, Seraphim, Angelic Council, and all those of benevolence in the angelic realm who show us how to lead by a divine example. Glory be to thee. I don't close anything. I open it. I open up this message for me to receive fully and divinely, Ashe. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Rods. Some of you have learned how to pick and choose your fights with the Hermit card here and the Five of Wands reversed. I feel here like you've learned that not every argument, not every conflict, not every... Oh, Six of Swords. Okay, my bad. Some fell out over here. I didn't see that. I feel here like they're telling me I'm jumping around just a bit. I think it's the coffee, y'all. Okay. I feel here like you've learned with the Five of Rods reverse that not every fight is worth it. Not everyone who wants to create an argument with you is worth it. Not everyone who wants to keep you in this cycle of Five of Wands, of conflict, arguments, drama, back and forth. I feel here like you've learned with the Hermit energy that plenty of people will tempt you or bait you to want to fight. And the hermit, the wizard, the wise one knows that it's not always worth it. You ever like you ever meet someone in this five of rods energy and everything for them is a struggle? Everything is a fight. There's always someone who's after them. And the fact of the matter is, when you are on this pathway of enlightenment or ascension, that can be the truth. But the difference here is some people, they want that fight. Like sometimes people, they want to engage. They don't know how to just leave someone where they're at. This has been a part of some temptation here. And what you've learned is with this five of rods in the reversed, sometimes it's actually better to be in the hermit energy and to not over explain with the five of rods reversed. You don't have to prove yourself as right. You don't even need to prove that someone's the good guy and someone's the bad guy anymore. You're wise enough to this. There's been some type of temptation here that is a cycle of distress. Five of rods reversed. And the hermit energy is like, no, I'm not on that rodeo anymore. I'm not on that circus anymore. So, with this decision that you've made, you could feel that you are a hermit energy. But the thing is, I don't think that you're alone at all. You're not alone at all. Show me a bit more, please. Thank you. Thank you. We have the sun and the ace of rods. I'm seeing here like you've learned this lesson that temptations aren't the pathway to your happiness and fulfillment. The temptations are the pathways that the soul will take when you need to learn something. So if you feel tempted to go somewhere, to take something, to talk to someone, it's because there may be a calling for you to feel like there's still a lesson that needs to be learned by opening up to that thing, to that temptation. But I feel here what you've learned is that there was some type of opening that came up to you. You were tempted to argue, to fight, to create conflict. You were tempted to open up a cycle of grief, I'm hearing. That's someone that you continuously have been encountering. There's been some type of temptation to open up a cycle of grief. And I feel here instead with the hermit and the sun, you made the right choice. You've decided that I'm actually choosing happiness over recycling this process of grief with, with you or with someone else or with a situation. The hermit and the sun is the best pathway possible. You made the right choice. Now rest. The sun energy. I feel here like your guides really want you to embody in this rebirth energy that comes with spring. Can you show me a bit more about the temptation here, please? Three of Pentacles. Show me a bit more about the temptation. Queen of Pentacles. Message here. There is some type of temptation that came through where it has to do with working something out. Hold on, I have to hiccup. Collaborating, making something work, cooperating. There was a temptation where you had to cooperate. Show me a bit more, please. On top of foiled, we have the Seven of Pentacles. I know what this energy is giving, but let me just pull a couple more cards just to confirm. The Chariot. The message here is coming out again. And then we have the Four of Pentacles on the fence. Strength and the message card here again. And then the Empress, Seven of Pentacles and the Empress. Thank you. The Hangman on the fence. What happens with this Empress? An Empress's plans were foiled. Their plans were destroyed. Seven of Pentacles. Like investing in some type of plan, something that they have been working on for a long time. Their plans were destroyed here. And it has to do with you being strong, courageous. Booby, oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this thing trying to come through here. Bubby, come on. He literally just went under my computer. Thank you, Bobby. I love you. Go lay down, please. Kid with that cat. He is so funny. Sorry, y'all. Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, and Nine of Pentacles, liberation. There's been an investment here where, show me a bit more. I feel like this message is going to take a minute to come through to me. Show me a bit more, please. Eight of Swords. They want this on top of keep up the good work, and their plans were foiled. I want to explain to you here, there's a particular dynamic that's happening between a Queen of Pentacles and an Empress energy. An Empress energy had plans here, and I feel like they've been doing these plans on repeat with the Seven of Pentacles, because that tends to represent repetition and discipline. When someone day in and day out, chop wood, carry water, they're doing something again and again and again. And it has to do with someone's free thinking or their liberation. Someone here had some type of plan that they've been doing for what, 7 years? 7-year cycles with you. There's this mental space. They're showing me there's this mental space in the mind somewhere about how someone keeps creating blockages or unnecessary boundaries around someone else's sense of freedom. Was this really somebody's plan to bind someone else's freedom? Show me what this plan was to bind someone's freedom. 10 of Cups. Ace of Rods. 4 of Rods. This has to do with relationships. Okay, I'm going to keep this one out. Whoever you are, you've set a boundary with a queen. Sorry. You are a Queen of Swords here, and you've set a boundary with an Empress energy. And there could have been a temptation with the Three of Pentacles here to try to work something out with this Empress energy. And I feel here there's a difference, because there are other people that you should have in your camp. The Hermit, the Sun, the Chariot. There are other people, other energies out there for you to rely on, for you to feel comfortable with. This is giving the energy of differentiation. You know, when there's a relationship where maybe there's codependency, and someone finally releases themselves, the hermit energy from that, sometimes that other person who's so used to the codependency, they will come back to try to recreate the cycle or to reinvigorate the cycle. But I feel here with the sun and the chariot, you're choosing your happiness first. Whatever plan that this person had here in this Empress, as this Empress energy, they failed. I want to know a bit more about that specifically, but I feel like I need to choose the right deck to do it. I keep hearing this song, but every time we touch, I get this feeling, and every time we kiss, I swear I can fly. I don't know what that has to do with the Empress here. I don't think it does. Show me a bit more, Dragon Tarot. What was truly the temptation here? Can you show me a bit more, please? I heard jagged little pill. What does that mean? That's like an album, Alanis Morissette from the 90s. Jagged little pill. I feel like it's this energy where I think that album title, I feel like it means like something that's difficult to swallow, something that was difficult for you to swallow, but maybe it's still medicinal. We have the Tower and the Two of Wands. It's like a hard truth that you need to swallow. The Hermit. Show me this about the Hermit, please. Okay. 9 of Coins again, and the 2 of Swords. This is what I'm going to tell you. Because the card, and look, and then there's the Hermit and the 3 of Coins here. This is the energy of differentiation. So I'm going to talk about what that means, right? So look it up. It's just like a regular, like, psychology term, I believe, but I'm not, diagnosing or anything. This just comes from like reading a book. Differentiation is the process that people go through when they are claiming their independence from a relationship where there was codependency. And this can happen in romantic relationships, but most of the times it happens in family units when there's one person, usually a child, who is seeking out independence from a parental figure or from an authority figure. So look at how over here their plan was foiled. We have the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles. This is trying to hold on to the idea of someone. They want me, no, they're saying I'm going at a good pace. Okay. This is when an Empress energy wants to put limitations on someone's mental space and how liberated or how much freedom someone is seeking out. This is the energy of when you have a child and a parent. They're showing me you go to a park and the parent keeps affirming to the child or kind of speaking over the child. Don't go too far. No, you're too far. Don't go too far. Something will happen. Don't go outside of the boundaries. Something bad will happen. There's an aspect here of an anxious attachment. Whereas when someone tries to differentiate, it triggers anxiety about someone else about your freedom. Because look over here, how This person is in Nine of Pentacles with the Eight of Swords. And over here, the Queen of Coins is in Nine of Pentacles with the Two of Swords. Say, no, my freedom is for me. Two of Swords, you cannot enter. You cannot pass. A part of a temptation here was trying to figure out if you can experience freedom while trying to make something work with this Empress energy. And I feel here with the Two of Swords, a decision has been made on behalf of this Queen of Pentacles that actually what is best suited is for them to be a hermit. Not to be a hermit, but for them to continue forward on their own. That's the best way that there can be compromise. That's the best way that this can be worked out. Very interesting. And, I want to say here that the differentiation process is not just, in this example, from a child to a parent. It's also this parent needing to learn how to be independent themselves instead of the ways that they were depending on their own child or the other person. There's a King of Wands energy who's going to approach. Let's try a bit more, please. Show me a bit more. Can you show me more about the differentiation process? What is this Nine of Coins energy that's being reflected? Queen of Swords. The same thing keeps coming out. I want to let you know, they're saying here, whoever this is for, with you did the right thing, just rest, and the temptations here, the temptation was someone was testing your codependency boundaries with them. That's what the temptation was. An Empress energy tests your codependency boundaries. And the temptation here is for you, or it was for you, to stick to your to stick to your boundaries. I don't want to say that word on this channel. Queen of Swords, Two of Swords, no. No. You know what this gives? This gives the energy. Show me more of the Three of Coins and what this truly means to try to make something work. Can you show me the Three of Coins here, please? The Hierophant. This one too? Okay. The Hierophant and the Four of Swords. That's so interesting. There's the energy of rest here. There's the energy of choosing yourself, choosing your highest self, choosing your future, choosing your happiness, choosing your freedom. The Three of Pentacles here, I feel, with the Hierophant and Four of Swords, is you choosing your highest self to be dependent on, instead of placing your trust in a man. And I don't say that as gendered, I say that as a human. You know how the Most High says, don't place your trust in fellow humans, place your trust in me. This is what you've had to learn. I feel here like there was some type of decision or boundary temptation that you felt. Are you going to trust this Empress energy, or are you going to trust what the Most High is coordinating for you? We have this landing on top of, it's because you're gifted, you are blessed. You are blessed with sacred discernment, and the Most High works with you to tell you how to truly live your life the way that you want to live it. We have, you are held, my child. Beloved, trust me, from the Most High. It's interesting. It's like a differentiation process where instead of I feel like instead of this codependency where you are taking on the role of a child, I feel here instead you are opening up to being a child of source instead of identifying as like you are your partner's child. You are not your partner's child, but you know what I mean? Four of Swords here. Most High is handling something here, and they just want you to rest. Eight of Cups and the Queen of Coins. Look at this. Someone, not someone, you are moving on. The Queen of Coins is leaving behind something that is no longer serving them. And I bet here what's not serving you was that codependency with that Empress. Eight of Cups is differentiation. That is the process of looking at those cups and saying, you know what, this actually isn't serving me anymore. I feel like there's more out there for me. And when you make that decision to say, when you follow through with that decision, that whatever it was is no longer serving you, you have to break whatever codependencies are there so that you can move forward freely, unattached, detached, and ready to make new, healthier attachments with other people, other circumstances. I hope this is helpful and makes sense for someone here. Let's try another deck. We have two more to clarify. And they said joie de vivre. Thank you all for watching and liking. The World and Temperance. Six of Rods, Six of Wands and Temperance. Oh, sorry, Six of Wands in the World. Four of Cups in the World. You know, there's something here. This is what I want to tell you. They're telling me here that this Empress energy with Four of Cups in the World, sometimes in connections or relationships, some people want to, I'm hearing, some boys take a beautiful girl and hide her away from the rest of the world. Okay, sorry about the tone there. All right, but you know, like how sometimes when people can be overbearing, they hide you away from the world. That's the energy of the child who is trying to go out and explore, but then the codependencies in their life are saying, don't go too far. If you go too far, you'll get hurt. Don't do this because this can happen. An Empress energy has spent their life trying to, I'll say it this way. This Empress energy has spent their own life feeling contained. In their own mind, they contain themselves. They contain their freedom. They've contained the possibilities of their life. They have settled. And so they couldn't teach you otherwise, could they? They couldn't teach you a mindset that they don't even carry for their own life. That's differentiation. When you learn that, okay, even though that's what I have seen as an example for how someone lives their life or is in a relationship or does whatever, I can actually make a decision on my own to live differently because now my mental space is different. It is opened up to something else. And when you are opening up that mental space and understanding, understanding this Eight of Cups energy, look at this. Eight of Cups and Nine of Coins again. When you are understanding freedom of thought and free will, you allow yourself to move on from what was telling you containment was safe. Let's see what else is here. So, You may still blame this person a bit. Show me, oh, Queen of Swords again, honey. Can you show me this about blame? They just played in my mind. Um, I don't know how many of you love the movie The Road to El Dorado, but there's this part where Miguel and Tulio are arguing, and Tulio and Miguel is like, "Well, don't blame me," and Tulio goes, "I blame you." So show me this about blame here. The star, and it fell out on top of the Empress. Your spirit guides, I feel here like I don't think you need to focus on whatever this Empress energy is doing to heal. I think that what you are doing for yourself is healing so that you don't blame them. You know, like a part of differentiation, right? I feel like at the beginning stages, maybe you are blaming this parental figure. Maybe you are blaming that partner for how they treated you, how you felt contained, for the things that maybe they never taught you, for the ways that they kind of enclosed you, made you feel enclosed, right? Rapunzel locked away in the tower under the guise that they were being held safe. You may blame this person, but that's just the first couple of steps. That's just the first couple of steps when it comes to differentiation. I think eventually you'll get to the place where you realize this person only literally taught you from the same mindset and life that they have lived. And I'm not talking about forgiveness here, I'm talking about you resting. You being able to rest outside of that type of a life. I hope you get what I mean. Justice. I hope you understand what I mean. Understand it too. Okay, joie de vivre. Show me, keep up the good work, and you are held, my child. Scusami, Bobby. We have the star and the 3 of wands. Bobby, come on, come on. Go lay down, please. Go lay down, please. Thank you. We have the star and the 3 of wands. Show me a bit more. The Hermit reversed. Interesting. We have the Hermit card out here 3 times. You are held, my child, beloved. Trust me, the Most High. No, I don't want to frame it that way. Give me a second here. You know what I want to tell you? This gives the type of energy of the one person in a family unit or system or in a connection or relationship, that one person who's actually the one who decides to go to therapy, the one who actually decides to do shadow work. And I don't want to say this from a place of ego. I feel like what I want to say here is I feel here like you have looked into your own self so deeply that sometimes you evolve beyond what other people in that system can comprehend. And I feel here with the Hermit in the reversed and this, the Most High telling you that you are held. I don't think you need to explain yourself to anyone. That's a part of differentiation as well. The choices you make, what you decide to do with your life, how you decide to live it, it ends up being you depending on you. And perhaps this is what was a bit, I don't know, perhaps this is what needed to be digested here. The Hermit card reversed needed to be looked into. You loving yourself enough to know that you are plenty of enough of a person to depend on for your own self. Most High with the Hermit card in the reverse here is like this differentiation process had to happen, and it's actually making you more of who you are. It's actually you. How do I feel like I want to say this? Um, this is actually you showing up for yourself even more than if you were to stay in some type of codependent cycle that wasn't serving you. The Hermit is coming in the reverse here because the Most High wants you to know that you are held and you're not alone. You never were. And in fact, you may have felt more alone in that codependent dynamic than you would, and then you do being this hermit, being supported by the Most High and others, they're saying. You are held, my child, beloved, trust me. Keep up the good work, one foot step in front of the other, and then the next. We have the Knight of Cups to the Hermit reversed, to the Knight of Coins. This is what serves you best in the long run. This differentiation process. I feel here, yeah, with strength and the Ten of Wands reversed. I feel here like you were exchanging your independence for codependence, and it reached some type of peak where you realize that the actual temptation here is the codependency. And you know how sometimes in life things are ironic. I feel here like as you have differentiated yourself and claimed your independent self and your freedom, you actually bring in relationships where you can feel healthily dependent on them. The Knight of Cups and the Knight of Coins. This energy is long-term, supportive, healthy, trustworthy. Knight of Cups and Knight of Coins are energies where people feel like they want to earn your trust, number one. But number two, where they have your goodness at heart. And when you're in a codependent dynamic, especially one that has Eight of Swords energy in it, someone like that doesn't want what's best for you. But also remember too that in their mind, this Empress energy, in their mind, what is best for you may not actually be in your mind what is best for you. Because remember, they're working from their own Eight of Swords. They're working from their own mental space. So what this Empress energy thinks is best for you may not actually match what you know to be what you need, what makes you happy, what makes you feel supported. And that's okay. That is differentiation, knowing the difference between what is theirs and what is yours. I like this Knight of Cups and Knight of Coins energy, especially with you are held, my child. Because it shows, number one, as I said, you are never alone. And number two, not only are you not alone, but you have a support system here. And I feel like at first it's in the spirit, and it's going to continue to grow over time because in order to find those who can healthily attach with you and that you can healthily depend on, you must first learn how to healthily depend on yourself. That's how they become attracted to you to begin with. And I see here, this is what you have mastered, the World card and Two of Wands. Wow. I see here that this is what you have mastered. You are mastering more than what meets the eye. You are mastering the independent self. You are mastering here truly living a life that is lived in the energy of freedom and sovereignty. We have here the Star and the Three of Wands on top of the Empress, but we also have the Two of Wands in the World. I feel here like you are leaving this person, this Empress energy, to their own devices so that they can make of their reality, their world, their timeline, what they want. I see here there will be distance between the two of you for quite some time with the star and the three of wands, because that person has their own healing that they need to do. And I feel here they can heal independently of you. Just like how you are choosing to do the same for yourself. You are choosing the sun, they are choosing the star energy to heal. And I feel like this cannot happen if the two of your pathways are still intermingled or crossed. That's why the Two of Swords and the Queen of Swords is here. Thank you, Divine. In my mind, I just thought, how is the Empress energy feeling? And I have the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck with the moon. This person feels slighted. This Empress energy does feel slighted psychologically, or they're feeling some type of psychological wound right now. Okay? They could be feeling restless with the Seven of Swords and the moon. Oh, their plan was foiled. That's what they're thinking about. This is peculiar, okay? They're thinking about what was lost. They're thinking about how their plan was foiled. And they're also thinking about how you're moving on, taking the sun and happiness and joy that you bring to people with you to build a legacy somewhere else. You are the only energy that has shown up here with the sun and the chariot together. I'm hearing another song. How will I know if he really loves me? I say a prayer with every heartbeat. 10 of Cups, yeah. I feel like this is more so a family dynamic, but take it how it resonates for you. I feel here like you don't even really know if this person truly loves you, because that's a part of when these dynamics can become very sticky. The love that they think that they're showing you does not actually match the love that makes you feel happy. The Chariot, the Sun, 10 of Coins. So all day, this person could feel like maybe they're saying prayers for you or something, right? I say a prayer with every heartbeat. How will I know if they really love me? I feel like this Empress energy could be giving you the type of love where they think that that's love. But for you, thank you, Bobby. Wait. See, look at how the cards just fell out. Now we have the 10 of Cups in the reversed and the Lovers here. On the other side, we have the 3 of Swords reversed. Look at that. As I was saying, what I'm channeling here is there's this type of energy here of actually discovering what love is, how it feels for you, what it means to you, how you want love to show up in your life. And I feel like this comes from outside of a parental figure's definition of love or a spouse's definition of love. So that's why I'm getting this song. How will I know if they really love me? And this is what you are mastering here. Eros, you're mastering the energy, so to speak. Love doesn't need to be mastered, but I hope you know what I mean. You're in this wisdom energy, becoming wise to the different ways that love shows up in this life. And I'm hearing with the 2 of Swords and the Queen of Swords, the boundaries there, you are picking and choosing the love that you want to let in. So I feel here with the 5 of Rods that came out in the beginning, there's no arguing that you need to do with this person, surrounding the love that they are giving you. Because I think they honestly feel like they're giving you love. But with the Three of Swords in the reversed, sometimes people also need to acknowledge the pain that they have caused. Show me here. Show me more about this. How will I know? Show me. Three of Swords came out again, and it's in the upright, and the Two of Coins. There was love, hurt, and upset that happened on both of your ends. I feel like it was in different ways. Show me. Thank you. The Ten of Wands reversed. Show me a bit more, please. And the Nine of Swords. Okay. And the Emperor, King of Swords. Ten of Swords reversed. There's a lot that's coming out here with the Page of Swords too. This is what I'm going to say. You know what has happened here? And I'm going to stick with the family circumstance. I feel here like someone, this Empress energy knows that they were or they are never truly able to repair some type of upstate. Okay. You could have moved upstate or something like this away from this parent. That's where the issues began. But let me finish. I feel here with this Empress energy, they know that they were never truly able, or they're not ever truly able to fully make amends for some type of way that they treated you, or for an experience in life that they weren't able to afford you. And so there's been this push and pull between you and this Empress energy in creating Three of Swords and Ten of Swords reversed and Ten of Wands reversed. I just feel like there's some type of message here about how someone was always trying to fill a gap or to reconstruct a bridge that they destroyed for you. And I feel here they're realizing that they cannot create the type of repair that they're hoping for with you. What does this have to do with plans? Because I'm getting the energy of destruction, but their plans were destroyed. What were those plans? I may need to try the Kipperish deck to get that, really. What were their plans? Six of Coins reversed. For you to go without? Or to never actually give you something that would help to rebuild or to repair that bridge? Because they didn't want it for themselves, I'm hearing. This is someone who denied you healing from a trauma because they didn't heal from it themselves first. And I feel like their lack of healing of a trauma that they went through, or a breakup that they went through, their lack of healing surround that has created a type of attachment wound or some type of emotional issue between you and them. So I want to let you know here that whoever this Empress energy was, I feel like they intentionally passed down a generational trauma to you. The Moon. And that's Nine of Swords. That is what troubles this Empress to this day. That they passed down generational trauma to you and they didn't know how to heal it themselves. And now they're watching you go off and to go heal it. And they're realizing that you need to heal it. And I think you've realized that you cannot heal the generational trauma with the person who passed it down to you in the first place. And you cannot make them heal it themselves either. The Hermit energy, you as the one who was on the receiving end of this, must be the wise one, the healed one, who's moving towards joy and fulfillment. And that is what stops the intergenerational trauma. There's a lot here. Like this video if this message is for you because it's very specific. Page of Coins. Two of Swords. I'm going to tell you with the Justice card here, whoever this Empress energy is to you, I feel like it's usually a parental figure, a mother figure, a wife. They kept someone from you because this could be like your father. They kept your father away from you because they didn't want your father to show you love as his child. That was more love than the father wanted to show her. Do you get my drift? This is this is a mother figure who didn't get the love that they wanted from your father. And so they kept you, they triangulated you against your father to begin with. You could have, I'm also going to say this here, you could also see the repetition of triangulation that this mother figure puts you in throughout your entire life, throughout that codependent connection and relationship. And it originated with your mother triangulating you as their child with your father. And it's because this father decided, I don't know what he did with her, but I feel here like whatever he did, he didn't want to connect with her, but he still wanted to connect with you because you're their kid. You're their son, you're their daughter. And this mother figure didn't want this man, your father, showing you more love than he was showing her. So she kept the two of you apart. And this weighs very heavily on her mind. And I feel like this weighs heavily on her mind because she has seen this wounding that she had. She has seen it passed down onto you. And she's also seen it create issues in the relationship that the both of you have together. I'm hearing, this is very specific. I'm hearing that some of you may want to go visit your father's grave, if that applies. Okay? Whew. What a channeling. Justice and 3 of Coins. Sometimes having something work out means that you're no longer trying to make something work out anymore. And that's the true irony of wisdom here. Dang. That was a word. Okay. Wow. I feel like the energy has settled. I feel like this message has been spoken. So there are 2 other questions I have. What is going to happen with this Empress energy? And the last cards I have over here are the 2 of Wands. Can you see? I have the 2 of Wands, the 6 of Swords, and the 10 of Cups. So this means that there's actually a whole other timeline, a whole other world that is opening up. And there are plans that you are setting in motion because you're the only energy here that has any movement, mind you. The Chariot has shown up here for you twice, Queen of Coins. You're the only energy that has any movement here. So you're showing up here with the 2 of Wands, the 6 of Swords, and the 10 of Cups, planning on having your own family. So can you show us, what does this Queen of Coins need to hear right now about this Empress? What do you need to hear right now about this Empress energy? There's still something that keeps popping up here about how their plans were foiled and destroyed. Do you want to talk about that? Anything else about what this plan was? We talked about it was to keep you away from your father, but what was this plan? King of Coins, about his money? Show me this about King of Coins. Oh, that's your partner. 7 of Swords. Oh my gosh. Two of Swords. This is what I'll share with you as well. Okay, Knight of Swords and Strength. It is so important for you to maintain this boundary, Queen of Coins, because from the beginning, this Empress wanted to damage your relationship with the opposite sex. So, by creating this original wounding with your father, by keeping him from you, by disconnecting him from you, by triangulating the connection between all three of you to him, she actually never wanted you to get married. Queen of Coins to the King of Coins. And then we have the Seven of Swords to the Two of Swords. She never wanted you to have a relationship that was healthy, to be married, to find a partner. She was trying to steal this as an experience from you. That's crazy. The Fool, the King of Coins and the Fool. And it's because then you would be living a life of marriage or happiness and fulfillment that would put you on a new pathway, that would bring you into a new cycle. Show me this about Seven of Swords, Two of Swords, the Sun. This is what the plan was, to steal, to destroy. Ten of Swords, that's a yes. Ten of Swords and the Empress. Wow. I just want to say, I'm sorry you went through this. But I'm hoping that this reading gives you some enlightenment here so you can see how this Empress energy has actually truly betrayed you. The Sun and the Queen of Cups. I feel here like throughout this discovery of differentiation you've been through, this discovery of self and independence and autonomy, this person intentionally, this Empress energy, intentionally created like attachment ruptures or like attachment betrayals so that you wouldn't ever feel truly happy with anyone else but them. And you know how sometimes those things can happen when you have like men who are mama's boys? It's not love and it's not a proper attachment. It's actually a parental figure inserting themselves into your life so that from the get-go, you don't truly understand what a healthy attachment and what healthy love looks like. Because they don't know how it looks like. So this is it. This is what it is. That's the betrayal. I'm hearing amongst others, but this is the core of the betrayal that you can learn to heal now. Eight of Swords. That's the betrayal. Eight of Swords and the Empress. Okay? Ace of Coins. This is what you needed to see. Queen of Cups, the World, and Ace of Coins. This is what you needed to see about how this person nurtures you or loves you. It was always an Eight of Swords. Their plan has been foiled. You are still moving forward. And I think that you're getting married here, King of Coins, Queen of Coins. Show me this about marriage or with the Queen of Pentacles here. Eight of Wands. They said it's what I said. Okay. Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles. It may seem like you're independent right now, but I see you here finding your stable partner. And it's in this new cycle. And in order for you to be with this new partner, you had to recognize this push and pull dynamic with this Empress energy, and you had to move on. It's the energy of like, you cannot marry someone and they're a mama's boy, can you? You want to marry an adult. Okay. So I want to do one final reading here about, that's wild. It makes so much sense. Thank you, Divine. Okay, let me clear these cards out because there's a lot of energy on the board. So I want to make sure I get a specific message here. I feel like there's new love. That's what I want to get a message on, so I'm going to keep this out. Let me do final messages from the Empress, okay? Thank you all for joining me at the temple. Hey, final messages from the Empress. They said use the makeshift deck. Final messages from the Empress, please. Final messages from the Empress. This one. Let me try. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to shuffle these. Final messages. Okay. I don't know. We have sex magic, projected, cleanse your root. I'm going to try something else. My bad. Final messages from the Empress energy here. Judgment. Judgment on top of the Queen of Pentacles. The Tower on top of the Hermit. Final messages from the Empress. Seven of Cups. The illusion is gone. The Lovers. Wow. These two they said as well. The Fool reversed. And the Nine of Wands. That's deep. Seven of Swords and the Ten of Coins. That's deep. Ten of Wands reversed. Wow. The final message from this Empress energy is that they feel upset. I feel here like the Tower and the Seven of Cups, they know that you see through them now. And they know that you see through this type of a love that is the Fool energy reversed in the Nine of Wands. This is like being so naive that you're trying to make something work with someone and it's not going to work. The Fool energy in the reversed, it's giving like the love bombing, the narcissistic cycle, the hoovering, someone who tries to pull their child back in. I feel here like this Empress energy is letting you know. Seven of Swords, Ten of Wands, Ten of Coins. They're letting you know give me a second here. This is really, really deep. This person is saying that they loved you the best way that they could. Ten of Wands reversed in the Ten of Coins. They understand that there was a lot of baggage that they put onto you to carry this legacy forward. They know. And they also want you to know that they realize that in order for the legacy to be carried forward, there are parts of them in the relationship you have with them that you have to drop, or that you have to let go of, or that you have to let go of the baggage that they created and that they know that they're the source of. This is deep. Okay? The Fool and Nine of Wands is a very, I heard uninhibited. The Fool reverse, Nine of Wands, and the Lovers is like, and the Tower, the Seven of Cups. The Empress energy respects your judgment to move forward as the wise one, to move forward with this legacy and what you want to make of it. They also know that the cord has been cut and the veil has been broken that they placed over your life. I feel here like they were working on your nerves in some type of way. Nine of Wands and the Fool card reverse is working on my nerves, or working on someone's nerves to try to keep them small. The Fool card reverse, to keep them naive, to keep them like idiotic, to try to keep them childlike, to keep them contained. Thank you. To infantilize someone with the love that they give. Look up what infantilizing means. It means when you treat someone like a child or you treat someone like an infant, but you're doing it in a way where it's incongruent with who they actually are. They gave you a love that infantilized you, and they know that in order for you to move forward, they must also handle their own shit, and you cannot handle it for them. That's deep, y'all. Okay? Are you still here? Yeah, you all are still here. Thank you for riding with this message. Thank you for liking the video. That's deep. That's what this person wants to say to you. Eight of Pentacles and the Queen of Coins. You're being encouraged to continue forward, continue this pathway of mastery, because you are truly mastering more than what the eye can see. Let's get final messages. I do want to pull Kipperish, but I feel like it's just going to get too dramatic. Final messages here. What does the Queen of Pentacles want to say to the Empress? The Empress has said what they've needed to say, and the Judgment card is here. They understand why you're doing what you want to do. Why you're doing this. They understand. Show me Queen of Pentacles here. What do they want to say to the Empress? The Queen of Pentacles wants to say, I love you, and I'm closing the cycle. Check that out. Isn't that interesting? The Queen of Pentacles is saying, I love you, and this also means that I need to love you from afar. Loving, the Queen of Pentacles is telling the Empress that loving you means that this must come to an end. And isn't it interesting to see here that the Empress is in the energy of, no, but we can still love each other. We can still figure it out. The Fool card in the reversed energy. Please come back. Please love me. Please answer me. Please talk to me. That's the hoovering. Using love to try to suck somebody back in, but it's a Fool in the reversed. It's a bad decision. It comes from foolishness. Meanwhile, the Queen of Pentacles is saying, no, there is love, and you know I do love you in whatever type of way that you have shown it to me, and yet I close the cycle between us. Wow. High Priestess. Welcome to the Temple of the High Priestess. Do we want anything from Kipperish? Final messages from Kipperish? Nothing too dramatic, please. Oh! Woo-hoo! We're going to close out the message here because we have the High Priestess coming out again. And so, Queen of Coins, you are moving forward, Priestess, as a lover, in the Chariot energy, into the Sun energy, as a hermit, and you are building from a new cycle. I want to deliver comfort unto you if you felt as though you had made a wrong decision or you chose incorrectly. The first card out here, High Priestess, is that you made the right decision. So just rest. Rest and allow in the new cycle, because it's bringing in so much more for you than what this old codependency could have ever even done for you. Kipperish, do you want to show us what's coming in for the High Priestess, or should I close it here? Ancestors. Beautiful. Beautiful. Confusion and illusion. And child. Wow. These cards are speaking today. Opposition, mentally and emotionally unstable. Listen, y'all, these cards are speaking. They are repeating. So they're sharing their perspective of the same story from different angles. Your ancestors are coming through the Kipperish deck to let you know that you have had a very confused childhood. And you've had a confused childhood marked by someone. You see, this is the childhood card that comes through when it was traumatic, because you see this child is in tears. Your ancestors are letting you know you had a troubled childhood that was marked by someone who was in opposition to you, and who in this the Empress energy, they were mentally and emotionally unstable. And I feel here like there are times when this Empress energy hurt themselves and they hurt you. Your ancestors are letting you know like you were stuck in that confused fog for quite some time, but now you are seeing your way through. And your ancestors have guided you through this too. I think that's enough. Yeah, you have a love offer that's coming in. That's going to be a surprise to you, okay? You are abandoning the karmic cycle. And you're also leaving behind how that karmic cycle, the Empress, taught you so much abandonment. So when you're in that energy, Queen of Coins, and I want to end it here with the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck, okay? There's a lot more that's coming through, but I want to end the channeling here, okay? They're letting you know that when you came through with this Lovers and the World card energy, Queen of Coins, that meant that you were also closing out the cycle to the type of love that this Empress energy gave you. And I feel like they weren't up. They were mentally and emotionally unstable. They hurt themselves and they also hurt you. And so you're ready to end that type of love that also includes abandonment. That's what your ancestors are letting you know, that in order for you to truly move on to the love that you deserve, you had to close out the cycle where you were receiving love mixed with abandonment. Hierophant, the Most High, and your ancestors are coordinating a surprise new love for you. So mote it be, so you deserve it, and so it is. I'm going to close out the energy of this reading. This was an incredible reading, Divine. Thank you, Source, for how this has helped to heal me, to heal the Divine Collective, to heal whomever this message could be for, and for whoever it could help to heal. I give glory to the Source One of all things, and as well to the Most High. Thank you for imbuing love within our lives. Thank you for showing us beautiful attachments and love for ourselves and others that is healthy. Thank you for showing us the healthy cycle of giving and receiving healthy love. Thank you for removing abandonment wounds from our experience, from our mind, soul, spirit, and psyche. Thank you for sealing over those cycles of abandonment and karmic connections, and for showing us the way truly through, in true love, in true wisdom, in true light. Glory be to the Most High, Creator of all things. And thank you to the ancestors. Ashe. All right, y'all, that's it. Thank you for joining me at the Temple of the High Priestess. If you don't know, now you know. I am a channeler and intuitive for divine, source, and Christ consciousness energy, and I deliver prophecy readings for you all. When you join our channel, When you subscribe, I like to call us the Assembly of Light. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can check out my email that's in the description box. I would be happy to do so for you. I'm thinking about closing readings in April. So if you want a reading, now's the time to reach out to me. I'd be happy to help. In all ways, I hope that this message has brought closure, love, and healing for you as I have closed the energy of this cycle out. And guess what? We're calling love in. Thank you, Most High Divine Creator. I close the portals I have been peering and looking within and through, and I call my energy back to me, brilliant, purified, and cleansed, detached from any remnants picked up along the way. And as such, I am stronger, more prosperous, and more loving than ever. Glory be to thee, Source One, the Most High Creator, and our ancestors, guides, and guardians. Ashe. Okay, that's it, y'all. Go make yourself some good breakfast, make yourself a good meal, and I will see you in the next one, and y'all be good. And I'll see you in the comments, honey. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. Y'all be good, and I'll see you soon. Bye.